lies we embrace, all for love. The battles we fight, the mountains we climb, all in the name of love. Love exists beyond rationality. There is no explaining it, there is no trying to coddle it or understand it. It's a feeling. But what a powerful feeling. The kind of feeling that bonds a mother to a child, the kind of feeling that bonds a man to his nation, the kind of feeling that holds two people of different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different creeds together. In spite of the chaos, the storm that rages, the madness that exists in this world, that four-letter word, love, has the ability to create peace and also wage war. It's how we walk that line, that fine line, that balance. That's what determines the value of our love. You're still tuned to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And of course, if you can hear the sound of my voice this evening, I'd like to welcome you to a very special program that's dedicated to all the lovers out there. Welcome to Heartbeat, a program that is specially dedicated to all the lovers, whether you're a young lover or an old flame. This is your program. This is your time. This is your zone. This is your hour. On Heartbeat, matters of the heart is our business. We like to take a deep dive into love. We like to study it, dissect it, learn from it, grow from it, and imbibe it towards promoting happy and healthy relationships between spouses, between lovers, between friends, between husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends. That's what we like to do here on Heartbeat. That is our mission. That is our creed. And of course, as always, my name still remains Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. And once again, I have the unique privilege, nay, I have the singular honor to be your host this evening, to be your guide as we take another journey down Lover's Lane. So whether you're a content heart this evening, a heart that is filled with love, that's snuggled up or wrapped up right next to that very special person you call your heartbeat, or whether you're a lonely heart this evening, a lonely heart that's looking for just someone to love, or maybe you're a troubled heart that's filled with questions about your love, questions about your life, or questions about your relationship. If you can hear the sound of my voice this evening, rest assured you're tuned to the right place. Of course, as always, we're going to take a musical break to get us all into the mood for love, to transport us, to take us down that journey as we once again take another deep dive, another adventure down love. And of course, when we come back, we're going to, of course, deep dive into the topic of the day and, of course, open up the phone lines to you out there for you to call in, to share your views, your opinions, your thoughts. So sit back, relax, fasten your seatbelts, because once again, we take another journey and another ride into love. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, the show continues. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Our app, yes. Go to the Google Play Store, the iOS Store, download the app Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. It's one of a kind with a very unique, distinguished logo, and be a part of the family, because these are just some of the steps we take towards redefining broadcasting. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, as always, my name still remains Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your jack of hearts. And of course, in the immortal words of Charlie Chaplin, I'm a tramp, a gentleman, a poet, a dreamer, a lonely fellow who is always hopeful of romance and adventure. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to turn the page and take another adventure down love. That's right, love. That four-letter word of such magic, of such passion. It's bewildering, it's exciting, it's like beautiful trepidation. That's what it is. To the business at hand. Tonight, I want to talk about something a little risque. I want to talk about something for a more, let's say, of course, this is a program that's designed for a mature audience. And so I feel a bit confident talking about this topic with you. But in case there's any minors who are holding radios right now, if your parents are out there, I think it's time you better switch off. But it is still something very important. Well, it doesn't matter what age you are, but it's still something very important. But if you are of a sensitive nature, you should be mindful what we're going to talk about. We're not going to be crass. We're not going to be rude. We're just going to talk about something very important in a relationship. You want to know what it is? In fact, I think there's a song from the 90s that kind of kicks it back. But I'm not a fantastic singer, but let's see if I can get this right. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about... Let me just hold it there. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I want to talk about sex. I want to talk about its importance in a relationship and how it affects us in a relationship. I'm going to speak in generalities. And of course, like I always say on this program, the views and ideas expressed here are solely mine and mine alone. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a social psychologist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a man with a passion for love. And of course, no man is an island of knowledge. No man is a library of knowledge. No man is a library of knowledge. Of course, we're going to open up the phone lines to you out there for you to contribute to and give your own 2 cents about the topics we speak about. And of course, share what's troubling you this evening, because that's what we do here on Heartbeat, exclusive to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Now, if you're married, if you're married or you went for marriage school or counseling and all that, there are 2 things that marriage psychologists will tell you. That's guidance counselors will tell you in a marriage. The 2 things that can cause a breakup or to cause quarrel or trouble in your marriage, the 2 primary things is money and sex. I take it again. Money or sex. Those are the 2 bases. If sometimes some will even tell you, if you break down any kind of argument that is generated in a marriage, no matter what it is, no matter how obscure it is, if you come down to the root of it, it's either one of 2 things. It's down to either money or sex. And that's how important, that's how potent and important sex is in a marriage, in a relationship. Now, you see, sometimes we associate good relationships with sexuality. You know, we naturally assume that happy couples are probably having sex often or good sex or whatever. That's an aspect of it. But then sex is a very important key. And it goes beyond just procreation. It goes beyond coming together to have children or to start a family. You see, there's a bond, there's an intimacy that is attached to sex, especially when it's between 2 people in a committed, loving relationship. In fact, it goes beyond sex. Sometimes it's even, you classify it as making love. You see, there's nothing more vulnerable The other day we talked about vulnerability and being able to open yourself up to be your true self. But what is the ultimate expression of vulnerability if it's not nakedness? If it's not being bare and raw, being naked in front of your significant other, and that person sharing that rawness, that vulnerability, that nakedness with you? I think that's, in fact, one of the best metaphors to describe intimacy, to describe vulnerability. And sex is now in that vulnerable state, in that intimate, awkward state, sharing that intimacy with another person. You see, it's a beautiful thing. And it's even more beautiful when it is shared between two loving people who love one another. There's a level of intimacy and bond and privacy that goes deeper than you can imagine. That's how important it is. Any religion, all religions recognize it. Anybody in a committed relationship with another person, he will acknowledge this fact. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not the ultimate. It's an aspect of a relationship, an important aspect, but just an aspect. It has a way of forging that bond, that intimacy with somebody you share, especially when you open yourself and give yourself to that person, to give yourself to one another and share that connection on that kind of a bond. That's why there's so many feelings attached when between, let's say, committed couples or married couple or committed couple, or when there's so much there's so much hurt and pain when that kind of trust, that kind of intimacy is violated with, let's say, cheating. You sleep with another man, your husband sleeps with another woman. You know that pain because that bond, that intimate bond of sexuality between two people is broken or is soiled. That's why that pain hurts so deep. It feels like a part of you has been ripped away. But sex is important. Whoever thinks it's not important, it is. It's an important part of your relationship. But it is something that is born through communication. It's not just you show up, it's your God-given duty, you do it and you move away. It's born out of communication because it has its own advantages. Aside from it, the health benefits of having happy regular sex with your partner, with your wife, with your husband, that person you're in a committed relationship with. Aside from the health implications that it has, which is very good for you, it helps bridge the gap towards bonding and intimacy, especially when it's done right, when it's done in a loving way, when it's done with two willing partners opening up themselves and their souls to one another. That's the key. That's important. It's not just some flimsy, of course, like I always say here, one of the main differences between men and women is that men are sexual driven creatures, women are emotional. Doesn't mean that they're frigid and don't have sex. It's just that men and women see sex from different angles, from different points. Now, a man, of course, has his needs, he has his urges, he has his desires, those things that push him. And of course, for a woman, sometimes that need, urge, and desire may not be as strong, maybe due to biological tendencies of men, the testosterone and all that, may be not as strong. I'm not saying in all cases, sometimes, but in that regard. Now, what is important, or the main difference is, yes, you have these urges, men, but what do you do with these urges? How do you channel them in a happy and healthy way without violating or soiling or defiling that intimacy and bond you share with your partner? You see, you have these men, of course, like I said, you have your desires and you feel, this person isn't satisfying you or meeting you to your needs. And therefore, you feel it justifies the fact that that's why I went out and slept with another person, because my partner wasn't satisfying me. But you ask yourself this: are you truly satisfying your partner? Are you truly filling the void? Because women see sex more intimately than men do. A man can have sex with 12 different people and it's like a handshake to him. But for women, it's a deeper bond. We grew up in societies where we are taught to, of course, be pious, to be sexually, let me not say repressed, but to be moral, to be upright and moral. And we're taught, you compose yourself, you don't talk about your feelings, and even sexuality is not something that is expressed adversely in our society. But times are changing, and the bond or the outlet to express those things is within the confines of your relationship. You see, let me do a 180 here. Let me just go a little off point. But of course, I'll bring it right back. Men, married men, I say this to you. When you made that commitment to your wife, to love, honor, to cherish, sickness and health, death do you part, when you made that commitment to her, you swore off any other person. You swore off all other women. You forsake all of them to put this one in your life. And then you say you get bored. But then what efforts are you making to spice things up? It takes two to tango. What efforts are you making to change things up? Now, as much as as enjoyable as sex is only enjoyable if both parties are willing, and they're both willing and ready to push to make things work, to spicing things up. It's not up to one person, but up to the two of you. But men, I ask you this: it seems so much easier to just find somebody new and have a new experience. But then, how are you satisfying your wife? How are you making it exciting? How are you channeling that? How are you channeling that excitement and bringing it to your home instead of looking for someone outside to satisfy or fill those needs and desires that you want? And it comes down to one very basic, fundamental thing that we do not practice. We say it all the time, but we don't. For you to have good sex, for you to enjoy it, for you to enjoy that intimacy of making love with your husband or your wife, it comes down to communication. Nobody is psychic. Nobody can read your mind. You know what you like. You know what you don't like. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. But how many times, women, this is to you, how many times have you actually communicated with your husband to tell him, show him, teach him, let him know, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what appeals to me, this is what doesn't appeal to me, this is what turns me on, and this is what doesn't. That's the whole point of intimacy, of vulnerability. We talked about this the other day, opening up and being free with your partner without fear and without judgment. In fact, you're supposed to be your real, raw, rotten, sick, whatever self that you are. Be with your partner. Open up. Feel free. This is the person that will not judge you. This is the person that will embrace you in hardest times. This is not just a piece of rock or a piece of meat, but this person is a living, breathing person right next to you. How often do you communicate how you feel? Talk about it. It's not just about talking about important emotional things, but feel free to talk about important sexual needs and desires. Husbands, do the same. You abandon your wife for that new girl. Oh, my wife isn't giving me what I need. Have you ever tried to talk to your wife about it? Have you made the experience fun, enjoyable? I mean, sex should be something that is enjoyable. It should be something, it's a pastime. It's something that's enjoyable for both parties, not just you. And not when it suits you. It should be when both of you desire it. You have the love, the twinkle, the spark in your eye. There are couples, I know of couples who are more than 30 years married and still enjoy happy and healthy regular sexual encounters with one another because you spice things up. You talk to one another. You make it fun. You make it playful. You make it enjoyable. Not a miserable outing. Not making any effort. Not just jumping on and jumping off. Not just, oh, well, let me just get this over with. I'm even sleepy. Or, no, I'm not in the mood. I have a headache. You talk to one another. Enjoy each other's company. Enjoy that intimacy. Talk in that, I mean, like I was talking about nakedness. Let me give you a challenge. Why not sit down with that person? Open up. If it's to sit down and be naked with one another and talk, just talk. Nothing, it doesn't have to lead to we must have sex, but just intimacy. And sometimes the deepest connections come from just that bond. Foreplay, kissing, touching, holding on another, snuggling up to each other, sleeping in each other's arms, just talking aside from the act itself. These are the things that build up and make the eventual sexual encounter enjoyable, making it special. Feel free to be silly, to play. Not just let's just get this over with, an affair, but make it ingrain it in your relationship. I remember once I was talking to someone we were talking about this topic, the same topic we're talking about tonight, and he said, what? You think this is an American film? You think this is one of those American white films? And I looked to myself and I wondered, I'm like, yes, it's a movie, but there's something to learn from it. There's something enjoyable about it. Sex is a very important part of a relationship. But it's how we approach it that matters the most. How we tackle it, what we say, what we do. You can talk to your spouse about anything, but then when it comes to the important things, the emotionality, your sexuality, your desires, your wants, you become mute. And then you become frustrated because you're not saying anything to one another. You start going outside to try and gratify that sexual desire that you have, instead of just facing it head on and just talking about it. We're all human beings. We all have flesh in our bones. In fact, we say sometimes, body no be firewood. So kindle up that fire. Where's the ember to set that spark? So I put it to you out there. Men, women, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, and wives. This is the person, that person that you've chosen to be your partner, your soulmate. This is the person that you share, you're building a life with, or you're sharing a relationship with. Sharing your sexual needs and desires is just one more step towards building tighter intimacy, without fear, without judgment. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, or tell each other what you like, what turns you on, what doesn't. Instead of sitting and feeling, oh, he's not a man, he didn't even satisfy me. What are you doing to satisfy? Yes, men too also have desires. Men too also have needs and wants, just as women do. And men, how much attention do you pay to your partner towards satisfying that need and that desire? Sex is a very beautiful and wonderful thing, but it is also a very key and vital component of a wedding, or sorry, of a marriage, of an intimate relationship. I didn't say relationship, I meant an intimate relationship. Sex is intimacy, it's vulnerability, and embracing each other in that state. It's pleasurable, it's bliss. It's not just a handshake. It's not something. I mean, we live in a generation where social media, social media, the internet has cheapened the value of making love, of sex, that intimacy. We've cheapened it, we've commercialized it, we break it up into 5-minute videos and post online. We forget the importance of the tease, the foreplay, the intimacy, the touching, not just the act of sex, but the things that make sex more enjoyable. It's those bonding moments, the intimacy, the kissing, the touching, the holding hands, the staring at one another, the embracing of one another, the snuggling up, just breathing that person in, fielding that bond. Let us not forget how important it is to share this bond with our partners, with our lovers, with our husbands, with our wives. Don't deny that person that love and intimacy. Don't cheapen it and run outside to someone else when you have that bond, that special bond you share. Don't just put it on a dusty shelf as, oh, this is what we have to do to make children, so nothing else. Why not enjoy it? It's not about the destination, it's about the ride. Why not enjoy the ride? Sex goes beyond procreation. Sex is an intimate bond. We should always remember, respect, and practice it. Happy, healthy, intimate, loving, and sweet. You're still tuned to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and of course, this is Heartbeat. And my name still remains Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. Of course, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with the topic of the day, and of course, open up the phone lines to you out there for you to call in, share your views, your opinions, your thoughts, and of course, be a part of us as we share this moment, this program together. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right after this.
I found the love.
the love tonight. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, love is in the air. Love is all around us. It drives us, it binds us, it brings us together and makes us share that pleasant and beautiful connections that we all do. Of course, this is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and of course, this is Heartbeat, and my name still remains Bucci, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. Of course, we've reached the segment of the program where we open up the phone lines to you out there for you to call in to share your views, your opinions, your thoughts, and of course, tell us what's troubling you. What relationship questions do you have? Seeking answers or solutions, running from pillar to post, trying to get that answer. If you fall into this category, rest assured, you're tuned to the right place. The number to call still remains 081 89 99 1011. I'll take it again. 081 89 99 1011. Who's going to be my lucky first caller? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, this is Ruth calling from Cuba.
Ruth from Cuba. How's Cuba this morning, my sister?
Yes, I've been trying to reach you since
Oh, I
I
apologize.
started to be the first caller today.
Fantastic, Ruth. Thank you so much. In fact, if I had a bell, I'd ring it tonight for you.
And I'm the first caller, and then I've been trying to reach you. I've been listening to your program for a while now.
Okay.
And then, we're talking about sex. Now, coming from my own understanding, God has made every woman suitable for every man.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when you talk about sex, it's not just the handshake and shake.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spiritual thing.
Yes.
It's more like your spirit is connected to this person.
Mm. Hello, Ruth. Hello? Looks like we lost that call. Ruth, if you're out there, please call me back. You were making a lot of sense, and I think we were learning a lot from what you're saying. The number to call still remains 081 8999 1011. I'll take it again. 081 8999 1011. Tonight we were talking about sex and its importance in a relationship, and Ruth was actually making a point. I wish she'll call back so that she can continue from what she was saying. But like we said, if you're just joining the program, we've been talking about sex and its importance in a relationship. And the angle that actually I was taking it from is the fact that we tend to forget or neglect how important a bond, how important a connection, that intimacy of sex is in a loving, committed relationship. I'm not talking about if you're looking for a one-night stand or just a fling. I'm talking about the context of promoting happier and healthier relationships and its importance, especially if it's within the confines of, let's say, a marriage. Now, sex is important, and one of the things that kills us is we tend to just keep quiet. We tend to just push aside our feelings and desires and not communicate with our partners. Let me take this call quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, big brother, what's up?
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, good morning. This is Raymond speaking.
Raymond, man, 2 days, man. What's up?
Yeah, I went out of state. I just came back from state yesterday.
Okay, Raymond. Raymond, it's good to have you. How was your trip, and welcome back?
Yeah, it's cool. I really miss your program. I was trying to download the app if I can listen to it over there, but really going through. But I got through your email, your message on Facebook, and I replied some. And so, how is everything? How is work, my brother?
Work is fantastic. We're here and we're grinding it.
So, what about my friend? What's that name? Is it what's that name?
I think you're referring to Hannah.
Yeah.
Hannah, she actually called yesterday.
Oh, jeez. And I was in town yesterday. Just that my true friends came around. I just wanted to hang out with them and just to chill a while.
It's not a problem. You're welcome to the program.
Yeah. and about this program, and when it comes to sales and when it's on air, you have to be mature and everything has to be structured like somehow.
Yes.
It's not all about somebody just calling in, bringing his own idea. The idea, your own idea, everybody's own idea is required though. But there's something before I left to say, there's something I was kind of noticed in your program, and from the depth of my heart, I wanted to say it. Not that I'm just suggesting, no?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just about this normal, somebody called, and a while, everybody just called, bringing his own idea. Let's just finalize on one issue. Somebody called and lay his own problem, complain about this is my pain, this is what I'm going through in my relationship, or this is my challenges. We just have to iron out that normal stuff, like that normal matter before jumping into another matter. Like the other day, I think a lady was kind of like complaining bitterly about his boyfriend, and the next call I received after you spoke, the next call that came in, another person was kind of like, so somehow, I'm so sorry, it's somehow getting me pissed off, and this is mature. We have to behave it like, we have to deal with it like in a mature way.
Okay.
Yeah, if I bring up my problem, if I bring up my pains in my relationship, I need like a few suggestions, like somebody tell me, not even in one person particularly, anyway. So sometimes two ends are better than one. So sometimes that's just my opinion, bro. I'm still hearing this thing.
No problem, Raymond. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and if Allah come in, please tell her I really miss her. Like, I go through Facebook, I don't know, I see a lot of no, sorry, I was mistaken the name. I thought it was Esther. I said more like. Anyway, it's fine. If she's listening, please let just her just say hi.
All right.
Okay.
I will do. If I can reach out to her, I'll let her know.
Okay, bro. I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
Raymond, thank you so much, my brother.
You're welcome, bro.
All right, then. Take care, all right? Have fun, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is still Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. And, of course, this is Heartbeat. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
Chidon.
Your what? Hello? Oh, looks like we lost that call. Please feel free to call back. The number still remains 081 8999 1011. I'll take it again. 081 8999 1011. And of course, this is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And of course, this is Heartbeat. And my name still remains Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. And tonight, the topic or discussion has been sex. Like the song says, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I'm a terrible singer. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut up now. I'll leave it to the professionals. But we're talking about the importance of sex, especially when it comes to a committed relationship. And Raymond said something now. It comes down to the maturity of both people. But I also want to chip in the fact that it's also about communication, proper communication between two parties. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, how is work?
Work is fantastic. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
My name is Ghana Galadima.
Your name is Kenneth?
Ghana Galadima.
Ghana Galadima. Where are you calling me from, my brother?
I'm calling you from Guarimpa.
How is Guarimpa this morning? All right. Fantastic. Talk to me. What can I do for you today?
Sorry, I just want some advice. I don't just really know what to do.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
I have a problem with my relationship. The relationship which is taking place almost 8 years now.
I'm listening to you.
Since 2010.
All right, okay.
We're together with her. But up to now, I did not get the girls well. I
I don't just know what to do.
Up to now, you're not getting what from her?
I don't get her well because I want to just make her as my wife to be, but I don't just not understand her at all.
You don't understand her in what sense? Is it that you've proposed to her and she turned you down, or you're still trying to get to know her to understand?
No, the major problem is that when we first of all we met,
yes,
she's the one that started at least develop an interest on me, disturbing me about marriage. So I was observing her for like 3 years. So when I saw her that she's really mean it, I get to know their home, their family, their mom. So from there, and also since I saw her, she's really mean it. Let me just give her my own mind.
Okay.
So after we were getting to the next 4 years, and I said, okay, since I saw her, she's mean the relationship, let me just go ahead and give her. So and I just started developing my interest in her because I've been told her that I've been with a relationship for almost 3 years, and at the end of the day, they got pregnant from somebody, which I've never ever raised my fingers on her.
Okay.
I don't need the situation again like that. The same thing should happen. That's why I just hold on for almost 3 years before I give her my own mind. So, in the process, I gave her my mind. We're dating. We get to 5 years. We get to 5 years. So when we get to the 5 years, before we get to the 6 years, she now got admissions to the school of midwifery. So for the first year, we are just simple. There's nothing happens to the relation. But when she gets into the second year, see, today I'm telling you, sir, I do not get to understand the girl again at all.
Okay.
So I've been telling her, please, if she really got any other persons or if she see any other guys, that at least she just let me be. Just let her, she just go ahead and tell me the truth. And let me just keep aside from her.
Okay.
And she says she swears to everything. She swears to everything. Even this fasting periods have just passed. We have a serious problems. So when we have a problems, I deleted a number.
Okay.
On the second day of the fasting, so when I deleted a number, so she was in the school when she came back down to home for Salah. Her mother now asked her about me. That how am I so kind of thing like that. She said, no, since from the fasting period, fasting was just a second, since then I couldn't call her again, just like that. She don't know what is happening. So she refused to tell her mom what exactly is happening between us. So after this, I think after the Salah, after Salah,
yes,
7 days.
Yes.
So the mother then just called me. As the mother called me, she now asked me, say, what is going on? What is happening? So all this while, throughout the fasting, I couldn't call her. I couldn't call everybody. What is wrong? What has been hurt like that? And I said, Mom, did you ask your daughter? She asked her, but she couldn't tell her anything, but her father told her that she called me. That's why she called me, to hear from me.
Yes.
I said, okay. So from the first place, when we get into the fasting was just approach. I told her things is just hard now and we are in the school. How are we going to do? I don't have any much money now. So see 10,000 now. I've not sent you 10,000 for her. for the fasting things. So on our way getting to the fasting, after almost 5 days, I couldn't hear anything from her. There's no flashing, no message, nothing. What is going on? So I don't call her. Is that how they used to do things? I send the money to you. There's no any appreciation, no calling, no. Why? What is happening? What is wrong? You don't have money on your phone. And that day I still send the card for her.
Okay.
For 500.
Okay.
So what is happening? She said nothing else. She just not get to understand herself. She just confused. And you are getting to the final year. What is there again? What is happening? What are you still thinking? And I think your final exam should be next year.
Yes.
So what are you just doing so far like that you forgot about me like that for a week? You say, why me? I did not call her. I said, no. I'm expecting you to call me since I send the money to you and everything. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to call me and I show that I appreciate. Okay. Why? What's happening?
Okay.
Okay. She's sorry, this. Okay. After that again, after 3 to 4 days, again, there's not any flashing. Sometimes I used to call her. After that 4 days, I did call her 3 to 4 times. Sometimes she couldn't pick my call. And she would come and see my missed call. There's not anything back.
Yes.
So after that, I now call one of our best friends in the school.
Yes.
The girl her name is Hajara.
Okay.
I said, what's wrong with your friend? I don't understand what is happening. They say she don't know. When they get into the 3rd years on the school, all of them, they are in groups. Nobody understands the girl against it. They just, all of them, they are just going out with her just like that. They don't know what's wrong with her now. Okay, please, I just want you to tell me the whole truth, nothing but the truth. If really she has somebody, please, I want you to tell me, and let me just take aside from her, please. Because from almost 7 to 8 years now, she cannot just waste my time all away from all these years, and now she can get into this stage and just forget about me just like that, and just not tell me the whole truth.
Yes.
The Hajara swears to me, to the God, that she has never known anybody with her. So what is her problem? What is going on? So the friend told me everything. I said, okay, no problem. So from there, the friend now told her that, why are you doing this to so person? Why are you doing like this to me? Yeah. Why? He was calling you how many times and you couldn't speak, and you see a missed call, you couldn't call him back. Why? So he now just flashed me back. When he flashed me back that day immediately, I called her. So when I called her, I started, I started coming at least. I getting very soon. I said, please, I just want her to just lead me to the straight way now, please. Because we are thinking about this when she getting married next year. By God grace, at the end of the next year, we can get married.
All right.
So from there, this girl, she now come up and told me that she don't just know, just like that. All my things, all my love is not with her again. That is the only thing. All my love is not with you for all this while. And you couldn't tell me. You just make me to just waste my things. Waste my everything. Waste my credits. Why do you do these things like that? She said, no, it's not like that. The way she can come up and told me, that's why she just keep quiet. I said, okay, no problem. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. And this should be the first time. Last night, you see my call on your phone. Inshallah. So I now just cut off the phone. I just delete her number.
Okay.
So since then till out throughout the fasting. So I now explain all that like that Her mom now told me that she's really the one on herself that said all this to me. And I said, yeah, she's the one. And they asked her at home, she refused to tell them what happened. She said, no, she must be crazy. It's her dad that make her to call me now. So they are going to ask her. So the mom is saying she's coming. So after that, the mom now just called me back. That please, everything that is on ground, I should forgive and forget, please. They have now talked to her, they don't. So that I don't know. There's one of my friends, he's an officer, and they live the same side at the Gogolada there. Yes. So the guy, I explained everything. He knows about us also. So if anything happens between us, he'll get at least to research us.
Okay.
So when the girl if he come back for the family, he can call the guest and see one of our friends again. They just meet and talk to the girls. She said, okay, please. But she just told me that she don't know when she come up with that kind of things that she told me. She don't just know. She don't know what is really wrong her now. Don't know. So they talk, both mothers and everybody. They talk like, okay, no problem. I'm going to forgive, but the only thing I'm not going to still save her number on my phone for now. I'll observe her for now to make coming big Salah to see how far.
My brother. Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? It looks like we lost that call. Okay. Before I take the next call, let me see. I hope you're still listening, my brother. You just gave a very lengthy explanation for your relationship and what happened. Now, based on what it is, I think the best advice I could give you in this situation is, one, you've been together 8 years. 8 years is a very long time. And from what you were explaining, what you were saying, one of the things you said was that she was disturbing you from marriage for 3 years and you didn't budge because you had a bad experience from a prior relationship. And now it sounds like, you don't really feel for this person. Maybe she was bugging you and now you decided that you want to get into it with her. Now she's gone into school. Of course, school has a way of opening up a person's mind and giving them different experiences. I just don't want a situation where you are dating somebody or planning on getting married to somebody who doesn't love you the way you love them. For her to actually come out and say she doesn't know what it is, I think the best thing in this situation is to just give her that space. Although, like you said, you're going to give her that space and see how it goes. But then 8 years is also a very long time, especially for a woman. Now, she's going to school, she's come out, you're planning on getting married to her. Why not? I mean, it comes down to, because it sounds like her mom talked to her, your family friend talked to her, your friend talked to her, friends have talked to her. It sounds like everybody's opinion is coming in. But what exactly is her own opinion? If you really want to know whether you're moving forward or backwards with this person, why not gauge this person and fully understand whether this thing is coming from her heart or not? If it's not coming from her heart, then you can't force feelings. You can't explain it. Sometimes you're in love with someone, sometimes you fall out of love with another person. It happens. But I think before you move forward with this person, let it come down to her. Genuinity comes from selfless actions. Let it come from her, not from what her mother is saying, not from what other people are saying. And if she's not calling you or giving you or showing you that love and affection, even though you're trying to talk to them, then I think it's sort of like talking to a brick wall. You may have to rethink that relationship. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program. Blessed?
Thanks, sir. Yes, calling from sir.
Blessed, how's your area this morning, my sister?
It's fine, sir.
Fantastic. Talk to me, Blessed. What can I do for you?
Okay.
Sir, I don't know if you can tell me a favor.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was on that call, was it last week or...
Okay. Hello, Blessed. Hello. Hello, Blessed. I can't hear this. Blessed, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. Please call me back. Once again, the number still remains 081-8999-1011. And of course, this is Heartbeat on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And my name still remains Bucci. And like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. I think we have a few messages here. Let me see if I can read up a few before we move forward. Okay. Here's a message. It says, Bucci, good morning, please. How often do or can I have sex with my girlfriend? Please, Bucci, put me through. And she is the woman I would like to marry. I need your advice. There's no name attached to this text. How often do you have sex with your girlfriend? I believe that should be between you and your girlfriend. It's not like it's something that is regimented, that is like eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That maybe on every Tuesday, every two weeks we do it. No. It's something that between you and your girlfriend, you talk about and you discuss and agree. You see, sex cannot be enjoyed if it's one person enjoying themselves and the other person isn't. It's something that the two of you come to an agreement. It's something that is organic. It's something between the two of you. If you decide, if you want to have sex 20 times a week, or if you want to have sex once a month, it's up to you. It's what works for the both of you. What it should come down is you having a conversation with your girlfriend, talking about, of course, being open with one another and sharing. It's something that sex is best enjoyed when both parties are willing participants, when both parties invest in it and are having fun together, are sharing that bond, that intimacy with one another. So in the end, it comes down to you and your girlfriend. I don't know the kind of relationship you have. Like you said, you didn't leave a name to the message here, and I don't know the kind of relationship you share with your girlfriend, but if it's something that I think it's a conversation that you should have with her, talk about it, talk about your feelings, talk about what your feelings, talk about what your goals and aspirations are, what you're looking for in the relationship, what you want, and then even let it flow organically. It shouldn't be something that is regimented. Okay, on Tuesday night from 8:55 to 9:22 we're going to be having sex. No. It's something that should come from both of you. If the feeling is there, the passion is there, if she feels it, you're feeling it, you're both the consenting adults, you know, feel free to express yourselves in that regard. But like I said, it comes down to communication. Happy, healthy, safe sex comes down to proper communication between both parties, knowing each other's passions, desires, knowing each other's bodies and one another. It's that intimacy. It's a bond between the two of you. So have that conversation. Be free, be open. This is the person that, you know, like we talked about, like I was talking about, this is somebody you're getting naked with. You're sharing that bond with one another. You should be able to talk about these things. It shouldn't be done in, between the two of you. What is your agreement? What do you come down to? I think that's the best advice I could give based on that. The time is 12:44 and it's a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. Yesterday apparently was the 4th of July, which is the Independence Day in America. So to all our American brothers, I give you a big salute and wish you a happy Independence Day. Of course, the U.S. is still behind us. I think it's about 6 p.m. there. So kudos to them on that. Let me answer this call very quickly. Hello, good morning. Good morning, my sister.
Yeah, Mama.
Did you say mama? Could you please turn down the volume of your radio set, please?
Okay.
Just turn away. Yes, that's a lot better. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Mama. I'm calling from Masaka.
Mama from Masaka. How's Masaka this morning, my sister?
It's raining here.
Wow. That's showers of blessing, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, talk to me, Mama. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm having problem with my relationship.
Okay, go ahead.
So, all this while I wanted to discuss about it, but my spirit is just weak.
Okay.
So I was listening to the program now. I said, so let me try and share it with you. Maybe you can give me an answer.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to a guy who goes in Lagos. So 2 years back, he visited me here in Abuja. He spent 3 weeks with me. And this is the person that I've never seen the family. I always talk to the family on phone. The father so much love me. But the problem I'm having with him, at times I will call him in the morning time. He will not return my call. Throughout the day, I will not hear from him. Maybe for like 2 days. If I ask him what is the problem, he will keep on giving me excuses. He either say the battery is low, or maybe he's sleeping, this and that. You understand?
Yes.
And this somebody that if I call, I can stay more than 20 minutes talking to him. But all like him, once he call me, in fact, he have never spent up to 3 minutes to speak to me on phone. And I've never asked him for anything in this life.
Yes.
Because I know his condition, I know that he's not still doing well.
Yes.
But at least, even if you don't have money, I believe it's good cause you achieve what you want. There's the way you will talk to me, Mama, please, it's not as if I don't know my duty as a man. But please, bear with me. Only that word is okay for me. But there was nothing like that, He's not encouraging me. So at times, I was just angry. I was just calling him maybe for like 2 weeks. Break down. So after that, he start sending me text messages, begging me that I should forgive him, this and that, which I will do. Immediately after we some time, the same thing will still repeat it.
Yes.
I believe somebody that you love, you cannot stay up to 2 days without calling that person. So my spirit is telling me, Mama, you don't need any prophet come and interpret it. So you yourself should be able to read in between the 2 lines. I told him that with your behavior, I believe the love you have for me is not genuine. You see, no, it's not like that, this and that. So me, I'm sick, I'm tired of the relationship. I'm confused. Even now, since last 3 weeks, he has been begging me that to keep giving another chance. I said, so for how long I'll be giving you a chance and you're adding more pains to my life? I'm just confused. I don't know. I said, let me share with you. Do you have any advice to give me? And because of that, now I'm not into any relationship. I find it difficult to go into another relationship.
Okay.
I'm just on my own now.
All right. Mama, first and foremost, thank you so much for calling. I'm going to ask a quick question. Do you want to continue this relationship, or like you said, he's been begging for the last 3 weeks and right now you're on your own? Have you decided that you don't want to continue this relationship anymore? You want to know whether you should give him another chance to move forward?
That's what I'm telling you, because I can't help myself out. I'm just confused.
All right.
Because every time he keeps on it's not as if he's doing anything. This is the only problem I'm having with it. He's not good in calling. So my mind is telling me, somebody that loves you, at least he will call you. Call you in the morning, call you in the evening, how you are doing, isn't it?
But
he doesn't do that.
Okay, Mama, I'm going to give you a few scenarios. First and foremost, one, like you said, he's not too well to do. Maybe he's having some issues with, of course, credit and phones and things like that. But then, for a long distance relationship, communication is important. Communication is key. That's the only way you can connect with one another, since you're not seeing each other on a daily basis. And like you said, if he's not making that effort to communicate with you, then there's no way that relationship can grow. So communication is key. And if you're not getting that, that's the problem with long distance relationships. If you're not getting that communication, there's no way that relationship can grow. There's no way it can blossom. It will just wither and die. You have to, it's like a plant. You have to constantly water the plant. You put manure in it, you watch it grow. That's what long distance communication is important. 2, he hasn't, what exactly is the reason that he's giving you for not answering the call? It sounds a little sketchy. Maybe he's involved in another relationship, or maybe, like your instincts say, his priorities, you're not one of his priorities. Maybe that's
Yes.
why he doesn't get back to you as often or as quickly as he can, because maybe, like I said, you're not a priority right now. You're just kind of on the side there. So I think the truth is you've actually answered your own question. You've made the best decision for yourself. What you need is somebody who is present in the relationship. It doesn't matter the distance, but the person makes you feel special and makes you feel loved by being present. And it doesn't take anything, even if it's a text message, even if it's a quick call, even if it's WhatsApp, a message back and forth. Even, some people are not very good in calling. Some people are better in like chatting or sending messages. But if somebody can go up to 2 weeks without calling you in any regard to find out what's up with you or anything, and then all of a sudden comes back with a text message, that's a serious hole. There's a serious loophole in it. There's a huge communication gap. And the foundation of any relationship is communication. If there is no communication, there is no relationship, basically. So basically, I think the best thing for you right now, I think what you need right now is he's not actually providing it. He's not giving it to you because of this distance. I think the best thing, like you said, maybe you take some time for yourself. Maybe take some time for yourself, take some time to heal, take some time to also map out the things that are important to you in a relationship. And, like you said, you've explained this thing to him several times, but he still keeps running back and doing the same thing and letting back, begging, coming back. I think you may have to draw the line, draw the line on this thing. And, it's not about what words can do. It's about actions. Because if he really has changed, it's not going to be in his words. It's going to be in his actions. And if his actions are not showing a change, then there is no change. It is what it is. I think you made the best decision right now. Just, I think cut your losses and move on. That's the best thing for you right now. Cut your losses and move on.
That is just it. Even for the past 3 weeks, like you have been disturbing, it's not as if you call me direct. If you see me online, that's when we start to see.
No. Then no. He's waiting for you to come online. No, then it's not a serious person. He's not being serious now. I mean, this is somebody that came from Lagos and spent 3 weeks with you here in Abuja. I mean, it's about action. Even if it's that he makes the effort to start calling you more often, you see that maybe, yes, he is making a change. He's actually making efforts to change. But if he's just waiting for you when you're online and then he wants to chat you up, nothing has changed. Even if you accept him back, give it another 2 weeks, he's going to revert back to what he used to do. I think the best thing to do for you is just close the chapter on this relationship. If he is serious and he really does want to make a change, let his actions speak for him. It's actions that speak louder than words.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
No problem,
Thanks
Mama.
for your advice.
No problem, Mama. I wish you all the best, okay?
Thank you.
All right, now take care.
God bless you.
You too. Thank you so much and take care, okay?
Yeah, bye.
All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. And of course, this is Heartbeat. We have just about 7 more minutes before we call it quits. And tonight we've been talking about the importance of sex in a relationship. What is your view on the topic? What is your opinion about sex? Is sex an integral part of a relationship? Is it a side benefit? Or is it something that is not even relevant at all? Call in and share your thoughts. The number to call still remains 081 89 991011. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, how's work?
Work is fantastic.
I'm calling from Central area.
Kingsley from Central area. Long time no here, my brother. How you do?
I'm very, very okay, sir.
Fantastic. Talk to me, Kingsley.
Yes, there is one thing that I wanted to advise you.
Please, go ahead.
Yes, I'm getting a job in 2012. So what is there is that I'm still out of the area. So my father decided that I should go and ride the wife for village. So when I go down to village, my sickness is there. So when I ride the wife come back, he collected my number and she began to be talking me. So I'm like taking it very understand now. So later when we traveled down for December, that was 2015 with my mother. So she found out that I'm around, then she come to my house.
and my mother like her, all those things. Then I'm like being interested of her. So when I'm like interested of her, I came back to Abuja. She began to call me that there is someone that is needing her, and but she didn't need the man, but the mother is forcing her to marry the man. So I given her advice that if she has somebody that is staying like outside, let her go and be staying with the person. If not, they will put her inside condition. So when he went to his uncle's place, when I was staying with the uncle, and the uncle fixed him all this learning cake, something is doing it, and he learned it, and she is knowing it very well. So when she is doing that, and then I am interested of her. I want her now to be introduced to my parents properly.
Yes.
Now I fixed date on April of this month that is just this April that is just past this year.
Yes.
She told me that she is at home. I fixed date now that I want to go down and see her now.
Yes.
The day that the Monday that I supposed to go down and see her, she traveled that Monday. So she's like calling me, telling me a story, all those things. I said, so she has been forgiven. Then I said that I want to send her transport because she is staying at Anambra. I said I want to send her transport, let her come down to Abuja so that I will do proper production, so that I will take her maybe anyhow she wanted to do, let's just do it like that. But now I'm so confused about it, because even now, even call like this, he's hurting her and all those kind of things. I'm not understand. I'm so confused. Yes, that is what I want to.
Okay, my brother. First and foremost, thank you for calling. This girl now, when you told her that you want to marry her, did she agree that yes, she wants to marry you, and she accepted? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Did she agree that she wants to marry you, that it's okay, that yes, although there was somebody disturbing her, I wanted to marry her, but when you told her you want to marry her, you want to do the introduction, you want to start planning your life together, did she agree and say yes, she accepts your marriage proposal?
Yes, she agreed.
Okay.
And she even introduced her uncle to me. We are talking to our uncle, this and that. The uncle said everything is, I should be patient, everything will be going on fine. But now the problem is that she is not serious. She is not calling me. Even if I'm calling her, her number is not going. Sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Right, that's serious. So her number is not going through, and she's not making any efforts to call you back.
Yes.
Are you sure that this person is still interested in marrying you till now, before you move forward? Because, you know, for the number not to be going to for 2 or 3 weeks and her not even making an effort, have you called the uncle? Do you have the uncle's number, the one that she introduced you to? Do you have his number? Maybe you can call him to find out what's going on, whether she's okay. Hello, Kingsley. Oh, looks like we lost that call. Kingsley, I think before you move forward, why not, if there's any other person I can get in contact with her, why not see if you can reach out towards them and see whether you can get that connection. Before we wrap things up, let me see if I can take this last call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. It's Ghana de la Jimada back.
Welcome back, my brother.
Welcome.
I don't know if you heard the advice I gave.
You said?
Hello, go ahead. I'm listening to you, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay. So as I was saying, all what is happening, all our mothers and everybody, they got between us, and I've forgiven everything. She wrote to me and apologized and everything. And hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay, she wrote to me and apologized and everything, and been accepted. But up to now, I refuse to save her numbers on my phone because I said I'm going to observe her from now to the next big seller to see how far I get. So, on the process again, when she get back to the school, I keep calling her every day by the day, and I see that the call I'm calling her is like just it disturbs to her that usually she gets the problems. Even when I call her, she don't get to respect even the call I'm calling her. It's like I'm disturbing her. I don't just know. I don't told her, okay. It's like the calling I'm calling you, you're not respecting it. You thought maybe I'm taking the monies on the grounds. No problems. If that should be the case, let's put it twice or once in a week for calling. That's no problem. You understand?
My brother, wait. Did you hear were you listening to, when the line cut, did you listen to the advice I gave you?
No.
Okay, you weren't listening. I was saying, before you go any further.
No, let me just get you through. It's just small that remains.
All right, because we're running out of time. You have to speed it up. Go ahead.
Okay, so when I told her like that, so on process like that now, since last 2 weeks now, so I called her once, this week again. I said, let me just call her today. I called her around almost after 10. It's almost 10 for something. I called her. She told me that she's not in the hostel. I said, you're not in the hostel. Where are you? Are you in the hospital? Because they used to go night duties in the hospital for some trainings.
Okay.
Well, she told me that last week she's in the night duties on the hospital, but now she's not. She's in the morning. And now, where are you? She said she's not in the hostel. Are you in the hospital? She said no. Where are you? She said no. I should not worry. Once she get back to the hostel tomorrow, she told me. I asked my friends. There's nothing I can say, but I gave her a text.
Hello?
So I'm hearing that's all what is between me and her. For almost 8 years now, I'm not just get to understand her since I can say almost 4 years down now.
All right.
You just understand how I'll be patient every day, every time.
My brother, wait. I don't know, when the line cut, you didn't, I gave a piece of advice for you. I guess maybe you weren't near your radio, but let me see if I can paraphrase what I said. But if you want to hear what I totally said, you can check out this video, or of course this program, on our Facebook page. It's going to be posted there. But let me give you a quick rundown of what I said. One thing I'm saying here is, you've spent 8 years with this person. In the beginning of the relationship, it seemed like she was into you, and now things have changed. Maybe with school and experiences and all that. Now, when you ended the relationship, it wasn't her that wanted to reconnect with you. It was after her mother spoke to her, after your friend spoke to her, after all her friends had spoken to her. Now, the truth is, it's not about what they're saying, it's about what she is saying. Her actions don't seem to rhyme with what you want. And I don't want a situation where she's being forced to come back into the relationship, because even after the apology, now you're only speaking once a week. People that love each other don't just speak once a week. They make efforts for one another. So what I'm saying is this.
The major problem is that it's like we used to have a problem. Every day if I call her, because she couldn't respect the calling, I'm calling her.
That's what I'm saying to you, my brother. Look, genuinity. A person who is real, a person who is true, it's not about what they say, it's by what they do. The things they do without thinking about it. And if she's not making that effort to make the relationship work, maybe she doesn't feel the same way about you. I think the best option you have right now is to cut your losses. Maybe you pull yourself back, let her go. If she's really willing to come back to you, let it be of her own free will and volition that she comes to you, not you trying to reach out to her, not people trying to tell her what to do. Why not just leave her alone for now? Back up, leave her alone for now. I know it's difficult, I know it's hard. Back up and leave her alone. Give her space. Whatever it is that she's going through, if she truly does love and care about you, let her come and seek you out. Not you're trying to reach out to her. Let her understand it. Look, I don't want to be a burden to you or anything like that. And if this is how you truly feel, I'm going to give you your space. But if you want to talk to me, I'm here. But of course, you can't keep your life on hold waiting for her. It's been a long road. It's hard. But I think that's the best. But I think that's the best situation right now, because right now it's hurting you more. You're calling her, she's telling you she's gone out, and she'll give you the explanation of where she's gone to tomorrow. You're calling once a week now. She doesn't call you. You know, it doesn't have to get down to this. If it's not working, it's not working. You understand what I'm saying? All right.
What makes me unfit there with the relationship is all about what our mothers and fathers said.
It's not about them. Forget about family. Forget about what they're saying. What is she saying? What is she using her mouth to say? Because in the end, it's not her family that's going to marry. It's you that is going to live in the same house with her. It's not them.
Thank you.
You understand? No problem.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
No problem, my brother. No problem. I wish you all the best, okay?
Have a nice night.
All right, now you too. Take care. And of course, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of tonight's program. I want to thank everybody that called in and shared their views, their opinions, their thoughts, and their problems. And I hope that we've been able to prefer you with the best answers, guidance, and solutions that we can. I want to thank the production team, Mr. Desmond in the visual department, and of course, Dan and the IT team for streaming us live and making me look this good. If you want to check this out, you can check out this program and all other programs that we air here on this station on our social media sites, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. Just like, subscribe, share with your friends. You can backtrack and listen to a previous episode or even this episode, because it's streaming and being posted up live on our Facebook and of course social media pages. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for taking this journey with me once again down the tunnel of love. Of course, my name still remains Buchi, and like a deck of cards, I am your Jack of Hearts. But of course, before we wrap things up tonight, I leave you with one very important thing that you should always remember. There is no greater thing in this life than to love and be loved. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.